Now, Rogan has to be very careful about the things that he says since he has the biggest show on planet Earth. But if you stick a fork into the light socket of his emotional center, the mask comes off sometimes. And Lia Thomas, 6'4" lady with a gigantic banana in her pants, who is destroying the girls in all of the sports, the swimming competitions, and then simultaneously going into the locker room and being like, take off your bathing suit. Go ahead. I really liked how you raced, all you girls. Go ahead and take off your suit. I'll just be over here watching. Hey, is Leah attracted to women? Oh, yeah. Leah is definitely attracted to women with Leah's. Get after it. Joe is like, and that is where we draw the line. And this is a perfect example. Watch this little piece right here. He can't help himself, and I love it.
Because of this insane cult that 45% of the country's in, or whatever it is, you have to deal with this literal mental patient in a woman's sport dominating, and everyone's cheering.
Oh my God. I bet they love that over there. Did he just call Leah Thomas a mental patient? Oh my God. Now, in a world full of cowards and crybabies, Riley Gaines, who you are looking at right there on the screen, is a brave woman who is the only woman who swam against Lia Thomas. You may remember Lia Thomas as this guy who then became a lady and then just started smashing all of the girls in swimming, collegiate swimming. I'm going to show you a video, by the way, that you guys have not seen that is so bananas, dude. I don't know how this did not go viral when it first came out. It's a video of Lia Thomas coming in to race. So like all the girls are walking in their swimsuits for the finals in one of the national championship events. I'm like, how could anyone have looked at this and been like, oh yeah, this makes sense. This makes sense. This is definitely a lady. Like, this is a lady for sure. Ludicrous. Anyway, so we're going to, as soon as you put the cap on, it's like, oh man, you take that hair away. Yeah, there's just absolutely no indication that this is a lady other than, somebody being like, I'm a girl. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm going off track already. So Riley Gaines went on Rogan, and we learned some things about that situation that are so insane that I am going to take some time to tell them to you guys and then give you some of my social commentary, because I'm going to be honest, this is my favorite kind of video to do. Gabrielle and my podcast is going to launch this week, and you can look forward to that. We actually did an episode on this this weekend, and I ended up, veering over to Elliot Page, who you may remember at one time during the movie Inception was named Ellen Page. It was a girl. And I found out that Elliot Page, we looked at this article that was like, Elliot Page is a hunk. Because they were like, look at Elliot Page's abs. And I'm like, how tall is Elliot Page? And Elliot Page is 5'1.5" 104 pounds. And so I basically just spent the rest of the show making jokes about how small Elliot Page is. And if you are, familiar with my channel, you may remember a little guy who I made about 550,000 small jokes about. And I got a big story about that guy coming. You have no idea. An absolute nuclear bomb about that guy coming very soon, certainly within the next week. So buckle up, dude. Anyway, I'll let you guys know when the show launches. You can go and follow the channel. It's in the links in the description. I might even put a clip from that episode in this video. Nonetheless, Riley Gaines shared some stuff with Rogan, and we're actually going to start right there. Before we even get into more of the Leah Thomas stuff, this, just more stuff kind of like, does this seem like it makes sense? Somebody seems a little bit larger than the others. But this story right here is the absolute craziest thing I've ever heard in my entire life when it comes to institutional insanity. Okay? And I'm going to make jokes about this, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't really infuriate me. So anyway, if you like the content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That's all I ask. If you're going to watch my content, I just ask that you subscribe. It takes 1 second and you never have to think about it again. And we're, living our truths. I identify as a person who would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. You identify as someone who subscribes to my channel. So I guess that means it's up to you. Hey, did you subscribe? I did. But did you really? Yeah, I did. But did you really? Well, no. But you identify as someone who subscribed. Yes, that's correct. I guess that means you subscribe because that's the world we live in now. All right, so let's go ahead and let's watch Riley talk about something, and I'll explain exactly what she's talking about in a second because it's going to absolutely melt your brain. Ready?
We had to go to training, Joe, to learn how to
accept that you're being cheated.
A senior in college.
Yeah.
21 years old.
Yeah.
They brought in an outside professional, again, air quotes, because what in the world, how can you be an outside professional who sat us down and taught us how to use she, her pronouns? Again, a senior in college. I'm like, am I really?
Taught you how. An actual she, her.
An actual she, her.
How do you use she, her pronouns?
We had to go through these interview questions. They threw a question at us. If we didn't answer their fake interview question to their standard, we had to go through it again.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Indoctrination.
Thomas's teammates, right? 16 of these girls, plus their parents at the beginning of the season, signed on to a letter expressing their discomfort in the locker room.
This is what we're talking about, just for the record. Signed a letter expressing their discomfort in the locker room. And if that's unclear what that means, I'll let her explain, and then I will explain what it really means.
I kid you not. The university responded back with, and I have a screenshot of their response. If you, as women, feel uncomfortable seeing male genitalia, here are some counseling resources that you should seek in an attempt to re-educate yourselves.
Re-educate yourself that that's a she-ness. That's not a penis.
It's a she-ness.
Okay, so I'm going to pause it there. And I feel like we need a visual for this next part, right? So here's the thing to keep in mind, right? If you're a college athlete and you are on either the men's or women's team, generally speaking, do you know the other people who are on the opposite gendered team? Yes, you do. You know, like if you play men's soccer at Chico State, then you generally speaking know the girl players at Chico State. Or if you're at Penn State, girls, boys, swimming team, so on and so forth, etc. So I assume that the girls were very aware of this gentleman whose name was William Thomas prior to when he went into the Penn State University NCAA whatever office that you go into to go, hey guys, I just wanted to let you know that my name's Leah now and I want to join the girls team. And they're like, well, of course. I don't have any questions about this, none whatsoever. Of course, you are now Leah. Let's go ahead and inclusively put you on the girls' team and let's get you right in that locker room. Wait, what? I'm sorry. Did you say get this person in the locker room? Mm-hmm. She's a girl now. You're all, this right here. This is a girl. Uh-huh. And the teenage girls on the girls' team who know this person as William from 11 minutes ago, they know that this is a girl now? Uh-huh, yeah, sure. So William, as I remember, was 6'4", and I assume has a relatively decent sized penis. Has that changed? Of course not. What do you mean, of course not? Why would that have changed? Well, you're saying that William is now Leah and a girl. Listen, you're starting to sound pretty transphobic. Oh, I wouldn't want to sound transphobic. Let's go ahead and put Leah. Let's go ahead and put Leah into the locker room with the girls where I can't remember. Do people wear underwear or, in the girls' cases, bras underneath their swimsuits? No. So they have to get completely stark naked every time that they get in and out of their bathing suits, correct? Uh-huh, yeah, that's correct. And you're going to put this person into the room with these girls who are all getting buck naked. Uh-huh, yeah. With his penis. Yes, her penis. Right, her penis. Understand, her she-ness. Okay, I have a very important question. I think that this needs to be figured out right on the front side. So yesterday when Leah was William a straight man or was William a gay man? Why is this relevant? Oh, I think it's pretty relevant. Was William attracted to women or men? I don't know. Let's ask. Leah. Uh-huh. Wow, what are you doing with your voice? Look, this is how I talk. Have you ever had sex with a man? No. Have you ever had sex with a woman? Yeah, lots of times. Do you have a girlfriend or not at the moment, but I have had sex with women. Yeah, plenty of times. So you're attracted to women. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And so we're going to put you in the locker room with a bunch of young teenage girls where they're going to get butt naked. They're going to bend over and put their suits on and you're just going to be there. Do you think there's any chance that they might feel uncomfortable with an erect penis attached to a person who is looking at them changing naked in their locker room, which is supposed to be a safe space for women? I'm not really sure. I don't think that that's relevant. I really don't think that's relevant because inclusivity. So that is exactly what happened. Okay. They put that person into the locker room. Okay. And also just to fast forward to when we're talking about Leah, let me give you another visual for this. Okay. And keep in mind that where we're going with this is that the parents and the swimmers, the girls, wrote and all signed a document saying, we're not comfortable with this. Okay. We're not comfortable with this huge person with a huge penis being in the locker room when we're getting buck naked. And the school's response was, here are some resources for you to get used to a straight man who just became a trans girl somehow 5 seconds ago, staring at you naked in the locker room and acting like it's normal. What kind of... Censor yourself. Okay, so let's watch this real quick, okay? So this is them walking out to the 200 freestyle national championship at the NCAA, okay? This is the first time I've seen this. I saw literally, like, as I was preparing to do this video, I saw this and I was like, no way, dude. This cannot be real. And it's like, oh no, it's real. It is absolutely real. So let's go ahead and take a look at this and you tell me which of these competitors stands out as maybe not so much female. If you were going to just pick someone, if you were like, hey, pick out the one who's not actually a female, like who would you pick? Let's go.
It's the 200-yard.
Oh, by the way, credit to NCAA championship YouTube. Because I don't know, I wouldn't want to get a copyright because I'm saying NCAA championship YouTube. That's who. As a matter of fact, actually, let me just do this really quick, just because, something tells me that this might be the kind of video that they might want to make a fuss about in case I didn't do that. There you go. Okay, there you go. Just in case you had a problem with me pointing out that there is a woman who looks an awful lot like a man in your guys' championship race.
Freestyle final. 8 athletes chasing that record set by Missy Franklin.
One of these girls is not like the other.
One of Leah Thomas, who won a national championship yesterday in the 500-yard freestyle. Today, second in the prelims this morning, finishing a couple tenths behind of Stanford.
Oh my God, dude!
The top time in the prelims for the intros.
What a lady!
Dress announcer Michael Korapak.
Let's watch that again, dude.
In the 500 yesterday, in the 500-yard freestyle. Today, second in the prelims this morning, finishing a couple tenths behind Taylor Ruck of Stanford, who picked up the top time in the prelims. For the intros, here's the public address announcer, Michael Korapak.
Yeah. So also, in case anyone wants to try to get gangster on me about that clip right there, spoiler, Lia Thomas got like 5th place in that race. So if you are going to, I don't know, theorize on how that happened, given that, Leah was winning other races by a ridiculous amount, you might maybe think that Leah figured out that if they won every, I don't even know what, I'm just not, like, I'm not playing. Leah figured out that if Leah won every single race, they probably would kick her out of, women's swimming. And so my theory, since they blew everyone away in like the 400 freestyle, is that when they did the 200 freestyle, they're like, I'll give him this one. The thing is, though, they figured this person out anyway. Now, here's my question after thinking about this locker room thing. I'm serious. Like, now that you've seen that, right? Like, so you've seen this now. We have a visual of what we're talking about, right? This. So if your 18-year-old daughter was a competitive swimmer and she told you that this person had been put into the locker room and was staring at them with a rock hard penis and saying, listen, it's inclusivity, and the school told you that your concern is just pure transphobia, what would you do at that point? Like, how would you react to that? how Riley Gaines is like the first person to be like, to be like getting publicity over this is insane to me, dude. Like, how did those parents not immediately go, or maybe they tried to actually, maybe they did try to and just no one got any traction with it. Because yeah, I mean, I can't even tell you how grateful I am that I have a platform, man. Like, cause my platform might not be massive yet, but it's big enough that if something like this happened, I feel like I'd probably be able to get some attention on it. It's like, yeah, there's a 6'4" person with a penis that's being not only put in the locker room with my daughter staring at her naked ass and I would assume every other part, but the school is telling me that me having a problem with it is my fault. I'm a bigot. It's like, oh my God, dude. It is priceless, dude. Absolutely priceless. Not to mention, you should really look into some of the things that Lia Thomas got found out, like some of the things that people found of Lia Thomas's on Facebook. Go look at Matt Walsh's coverage of that, because Lia Thomas has some interesting sexual interests, like maybe transgender might not necessarily be how you would characterize it if you thought there might be some kind of fetish sexualized or sex, I don't know, sex fetish thing here. Anyway, but listen, I'm no expert. Let's continue.
Oh.
Queen's penis.
So, does Leah Thompson have sex with girls?
What?
Lia Thomas, rather.
Yeah. At the time, again, this is what I know based off of what his teammates have told me and what really has been public knowledge based off what they post and different things. At the time of that national championships, he was still dating women and active with women. Sexually.
So obviously has testosterone.
Yes. But now, again, based off of social media, he is engaged to another man who claims to be a woman. So two men, but they call themselves lesbians. So who knows?
And I bet that those two ladies have some kind of open relationship where they sleep with other lesbians, Like, it's like, listen, listen, I think what we should try to do is try to turn all these straight girls gay, Like some woke-ass, straight, queer girls. I know that doesn't really make sense, but, Lia Thomas and her, freak lover are, the top of the hierarchy in the woke circle, so I'm sure they could find some woke, straight girls that get to, they would die to be able to call themselves gay while simultaneously getting to have sex with a penis. And Lia Thomas is a dream. They not only get to stand next to the queen of wokeness, king of woke, whatever, but they also get dick, and they also get to then say that they're queer. I'm gay. Oh, you are? Uh-huh, I'm gay. Yeah, I'm dating Lia Thomas. I'm gay. Lia Thomas. Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to say fuck it. Fuck monetization. Oh, Lia Thomas fucks you with their dick? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you think that you're a lesbian? Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. So I also met this person over here who is dating a 25-year-old woman who has a genetic dysfunction that makes her look 8 forever. That's a okay? That's a kitty diddler. No, she's 25. Okay. So, but he has sex with that 25-year-old when she looks 8. Mm-hmm. That's a that found a loophole, just like you, fake lesbian. Let's continue again with more of this.
But
at the time, so
yeah.
If you're on that team, you're a woman and you have a biological male who's intact, who's having sex with women, walking around naked in the locker room with women, and if you're uncomfortable with that, you should educate yourself. And learn how to use she, her pronouns and accept defeat.
You said it.
To this person that's not a woman.
You said it.
And the whole idea behind Title IX was supposed to be to protect women's sports. It's supposed to be to have a place where women can compete fairly against women.
Yeah.
And because of this insane cult that 45% of the country's in, or whatever it is, you have to deal with this literal mental patient in a woman's sport dominating, and everyone's cheering.
Listen, dude, Rogan tends to be pretty careful about most topics, but if you really stick you stick like a fork into the light socket of his emotional center, he starts, his face starts coming off a little bit, where he's like, I know that I'm going to be heavily scrutinized for everything that I say because I have the biggest show in the world. But if I was going to refer to Lia Thomas as anything other than a mental patient, I just wouldn't be able to live with myself. And I say, bravo, Joe Rogan. I also probably have tempered myself. I'm doing this video at like a 4. I'm doing this video at a 4. Matter of fact, I should probably re-record this video and do it in man. That's a good idea. I'm going to give the members something real special today, or this week anyway. So I'm going to do, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a gloves off version of this particular topic in members only, and that is going to be really fun. Let's continue.
Yes.
And everyone around it that's watching it is upset. All the parents, probably on both teams.
Of course.
All the women that are competing with this man. And the whole world's like, yay, diversity. And you must feel like you're in a fucking movie or something.
Well, I'll tell you, really what had thrusted me over the edge into no longer being willing to...
I'm gonna stop her here and tell you this story. Basically, her and Lia Thomas tied, right? Her and Lia Thomas tied, and there was only one trophy left, and they gave it to Lia Thomas, and Riley was like, why would Lia get it over me? And they literally told her, the NCAA has told us they need to have Lia on the podium for optics. And she just freaked out, dude. She just freaked out. And that is how she became oh, never mind. That's how she became a social advocate that is obviously doing big things. So look at how bravery turns into success, So all you fucking cowards out there, okay, all you fucking cowards that sit there and quietly think to yourself, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. But yay, Leah. I'm just so accepting and I'm so inclusive because I'm woke. Cowards, okay? Failures is what you are going to be, okay? Or maybe you might succeed doing something and you'll have no soul afterwards. So congratulations for that. And for the rest of you, I'm going to leave you guys a little preview of me and Gabrielle's show, and I have a feeling you're going to think it's pretty funny. Let's talk about Elliot Page. Hey, why don't you have Elliot Page take a photograph next to something that can dictate how big Elliot Page is? So I just want to make sure, because you're a man now.
Oh, God.
Are you still 94 pounds? Because that's a little guy.
Yeah. How tall is?
Great abs, but...
I said 5'1".
Yeah.
No.
Elliot Page
5'5".
Elliot Page, this diesel man, is 5'2" and 105 pounds. Wow.
Diesel man.
That is, when I think man, I think
105.
Someone who can fit through small spaces in case I left my cell phone inside of a locked door and they need to slide through the window. I'm like, get that man. There's only one way we can get in there, and it's with a full-grown man. Elliot's the man for the job. Elliot, there is a window open on the side. It looks like only a very tough diesel man that weighs 105 pounds will be able to fit through that hole. Can you do it? You know I could do it, Jesse on Fire. What happened to your voice?
I'm a man.
I'm a man now. And I'm going to become a man. I'd be like, good for you, man.
Sure, buddy.
Now I won't have to fly Elliot out all the way from LA to
get the things you need through the window.
To fit inside the grate when someone drops a cell phone down. And it's like, man, that's a small hole. Now we can have you go through it. So, we're very inclusive here.
This is really taking a turn.
Where we were going with that was I wanted to ask Elliot Page, the diesel man, whether or not they faced identifiable bigotry because they were once a lesbian female. And I would like to hear the details of when she felt persecuted because of her sexuality.
Ever happened. Yeah.
Or when did he feel persecuted about being a lesbian when he was a lesbian?
I'm so confused.
But what's really funny about that is Elliot Page recently actually made up a story about an outburst of bigotry from someone in Los Angeles who yelled terrible slurs
LA?
about them. And they
I don't
ran
buy it.
into a store and were like, "You just yelled the F word at me, the worst one." And it was like, really? Anything else going on? She's like, "Also, I'm releasing a book tomorrow, and this is not a made-up story."
This is not a PR stunt at all.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, so you want to do a PR stunt? Yes. And I'm going to say that we were ruthlessly verbally attacked because of our
with racial
gender
slurs.
queerness. And you're like,
In
okay,
LA.
so did that really happen? It might not have happened to me, but I am the person with a platform. And so I'm just going to tell the story of people who don't have a platform. Like, that's honestly how these people think.
Yeah.
You're like, so you're going to make up something that definitely did not happen because in your mind,
You
this
think it
happens
happened
all
to
the time.
yeah.
You can't point at any actual examples of this. You have to fake it every single time. This trans girl was beaten to death in the bathroom. A, not trans. B, was not beaten to
true.
death. None of it's fucking true. Well, okay, maybe not in this case, but you know
But
what?
it's
That happened
happened.
25 times last week in America. Can
I
you
know
point to
it.
one?
No.
Have you seen the statistics on trans women being murdered in the inner cities? And you're like, have you
is
seen
there a
the
statistic on that?
Yeah. And it's like, have you seen the correlation between them and violent criminal convictions and drug offenses?
Yeah.
The trans people you're referencing are violent drug dealers / prostitutes.
That's what I was going to say. What's their line of work?
Do you think it might have more to do, like, okay, yeah, they're trans. Do you think it might have more to do with the fact that they're in a line of work where people get murdered all the time, or the fact that they're trans people? Let's go kill some gays. So
No
dumb.
one thinks that.
Dumb. I promise you, Elliot Page, if anyone ever thinks about actually murdering a person because they're gay, I will defend you guys from said threat.
Exactly.
I've got your back, dude. I will tease you about being able to fit inside of a coffee cup, but I will not ever condone anyone attacking you. Not only that, I will defend you against said attacker.
Precisely.
If they think I'm on their side because I joke about you being the tiniest little man on earth that could fit inside my glove, and I'd be like, Elliot Page, give me advice. Give me advice on this. Why are you talking to your hand, Jesse on Fire? Elliot's inside my glove.